And welcome to Wealdstone, Harrow and Wealdstone. You might know it as the top end, the northern terminus of the Bakerloo line, but today for me it's the start of a walk to discover London's Lost Railway that runs from here through Belmont to Stanmore.
The Harrow and Stanmore Railway was opened in 1890 as a branch from Harrow and Wealdstone to a stop called Stanmore Village. An intermediate stop at Belmont was later opened in 1932, where a passing loop was also later added to allow trains to cross over here. Passenger usage on the line though was never very high though, even less so when the London Underground opened up their own railway with direct trains to London without having to change at Harrow. And the line was closed to passengers by 1952, and after a few years of freight operation, closed completely in 1964. So what's left of the railway to see today? The first thing that you can see of the odd railway is the disused platform that it used to use at Harrow and Wealdstone Station. It sits alongside platform 6, now overgrown with grass, and one of the best views of it is from the road bridge looking down onto the station. And then you head off on the 2-mile walk to Stanmore, on a path that's officially known as the Belmont Trail, although the first section isn't walkable at all, what with it being an industrial estate and a housing area. But then you come out to the main road where you discover this marvellous staircase of old sleepers that takes you up to the path. The path, by the way, that's named the Belmont Rattler by a local walking group, as that's what the train service was known as when it used to run. As you would expect for an old railway, the path is flat, but slightly curves. It's not that picturesque, although it does back onto the rather pleasant Wealdstone Cemetery. But if you're on the lookout for any signs that this was actually an old railway, you're in luck. I found 2 of them. First of all, I stumbled upon this gradient marker, which looks just fabulous, followed shortly afterwards by this post, which denotes that you're 3/4 of a mile away from, or going to, of course, Harrow and Wealdstone Station. The trail has got these markers on posts along the way, even though they're clearly not needed, as it's obvious which way to go. Be careful though, as it can be a little muddy in places if it's been raining. And then eventually you get to a built-up area again as you approach Belmont. This colourful underpass here marks the point where the railway used to go under the road, and this means that you've reached Belmont Circle. Essentially, that's a large roundabout with a parade of shops.
And behind that row of shops I'm standing in the exact location of where Belmont Station is. It is now just a car park. It's just the car park. There's nothing here except for a car park, and the trail carries on that way.
Keep on walking beyond Belmont and the path carries on until, oh, that's a shame, you come out onto a road here where there's a gate and a side path that actually leads to a dead end. And that's because we've just reached Stanmore Golf Course, through which there is no access and you can't walk across it. And the rest of the area is now all built up with houses.
Which means you have to walk down this extremely nice residential road in the back streets of Stanmore. And then I'm going to cut down this alleyway, and that brings you here, where I'm walking exactly now in September Way. Although you can come at any month of the year, it's exactly where the tracks would have been, and the end of the line is just ahead.
This is Gordon Avenue, and the station location is now a private residence. It's the original building, but refurbished with a modern roof. There's a plaque on the front of the house with an inscription that refers to the Harrow and Stanmore Railway. The only clue left that you'll see here that there was once a railway here.
And that brings us to the end, and that is how you walk the railway between Harrow through Belmont to here at Stanmore Village. This has been episode 2 of London's Lost Railways. If you have enjoyed, please give it a like, press subscribe, and there's a playlist with a whole bunch more. Thanks for watching.